He's like,
what the headlines are saying about you. So how has that media attention impacted your brand, your businesses?
Well,
I mean, it's a good question.
You know, no, it's like Tina Fey says, if you're feeling good about yourself, just go online. You know.
I mean, that's true, but of course he has to position himself right away as the victim.
During a panel where he was being
Blake Lively broke down after Ryan Reynolds, her own husband, publicly destroyed her during his latest interview. And trust me, it was even more brutal than you think. Picture this, Ryan in full spotlight mode at the Time 100 Creative Summit, delivering jokes, wisdom, and all that signature charm, but not even a whisper about Blake. Not a single word.
Which is so true. But you know, honestly, I give a lot of talks to students about storytelling and about, you know, how you can do it in different buckets. You can do it in unexpected ways. My company's North Star is bringing people together in smart, fun, and unexpected ways.
No casual, thanks to my wife, no loving shout out, nada. And y'all, that's not just rude, that's savage.
The Ryan Reynolds Hollywood PR machine is in full effect, appearing in both the Hollywood Reporter and the Time 100 Creative Summit.
This summit was supposed to be a grand celebration, big thinkers, Hollywood legends, a place where brilliance shines. But instead, Ryan took that golden mic and threw a grenade. And oh honey, people noticed. It all went downhill fast.
Yeah, I went, and that also helped with a lot of things too. So those are two like weird tools that I didn't expect to advance things in other areas. I didn't become part. My career was an aggregate. It was very slow, so I didn't have that like overnight success.
During a panel where he was praised for his creativity, Ryan cracked a joke, but not the harmless kind. With that deadly smirk, he bragged, "I've carried most of the creative weight in this household. It's exhausting, honestly." And sure, the crowd chuckled, because Ryan's dry humor is part of his brand. But stop. Who exactly is he shading here? Yup, Blake. Blake, the woman who co-created brands with him, the woman who turned up as his ride or die on every red carpet like a walking PR dream, and instead of lifting her up, Ryan threw her under the bus. But baby, he wasn't done dragging yet. He launched into a dramatic monologue about his creative failures and solo struggles, as if Blake was never there lifting him up when things went south. But he painted this picture of himself.
And to know it wasn't just Justin, Tim Miller, others, and it seems like Ryan came around and apologized to them. Ryan and Tim apparently are better now, but man, this is tough to watch.
A lone genius slaving away with zero mention of Blake helping him turn Aviation Gin into the billion-dollar empire it is today. Not a word about the woman who's been the backbone of his entire brand. Nope, in Ryan's narrative, Blake didn't even exist. And if you thought that was bad, buckle up, because he didn't just erase her, he implied she was dead weight. The sarcasm, the smug smiles, it wasn't cute, it was cruel. It was Ryan at his most passive-aggressive, and the audience, they laughed, they ate it up. But for Blake, it had to feel like betrayal. TikTok body language experts immediately caught it too. Zoomed in, micro-expressions, forced smiles, tilting his head dismissively. It wasn't like teasing, it was deliberate, calculated, and the real kicker, no one had even asked about Blake. He volunteered this shade on his own. That's when the internet exploded, because who expected Ryan Reynolds, king of quippy Instagram captions, to drag his wife like that in front of the world?
Reality check that I think Blake and Ryan are refusing to accept. Just take some accountability, dude. You've dug yourself in such a hole, and revealing the forced emails you wanted to do. I mean, we know. I don't have to tell all you guys, but the things he forced and yelled at Justin to do, it's...
After the clip went viral, Blake disappeared from social media. No funny stories, no cheeky photo dumps, no iconic clapbacks, radio silence. And baby, Blake is normally quick with a clapback. If the internet whispers about her family, she's usually shutting it down within hours. This silence, deafening, calculated, and in PR language, a full-blown red alert. The stands noticed immediately. Some fans even pointed out that Blake quietly unliked a few old couple goals posts. Not a full wipeout, but enough to get those eyebrows raising sky high. And honey, that's when the speculation machine kicked into overdrive.
You've intentionally positioned yourself as the face of your many businesses, which obviously has a huge upside. You can feature Deadpool in these commercials. People know who you are. The downside is you cannot always control what the internet is saying about you.
Was this part of a grand PR scheme? Like, let's go dark, let the scandal pass, and resurface later smiling for a new brand collab? Or was Blake genuinely hurt, too heartbroken to play the Hollywood PR game? Either way, that silence spoke louder than 1,000 tweets. And then came the real twist. The couple who used to flirt in Instagram comments like teenagers, ghost town. No cheeky birthday tributes, no inside jokes, nothing. And the internet spiraled. Because Ryan and Blake aren't just spouses. Baby, they're a brand, the quirky, sarcastic, untouchable Hollywood power couple. So when Ryan throws shade and Blake says nothing, that's not just awkward, that's a full scammal PR crisis. Blake's team knew exactly what was at stake. One wrong move, and TMZ would be screaming divorce from every headline. So instead of clapping back, Blake froze the narrative. Appeared controlled the story. Classic crisis management, but honey, damage control doesn't erase damage, it just buys time. And fans aren't stupid. They've seen this Hollywood playbook before. The silence, the subtle unfollows, the inevitable we're fine photo dump weeks later. It's a cycle. And Blake, right now, she's smack in the middle of the do not engage phase. But the real tea is, does she even want to come back? All right, let's cut through the rom-com fairy dust and get real about Ryan Reynolds. Sure, he's charming, he's funny, but what if that adorable, sarcastic, cinnamon roll energy is just one big polished, engineered PR brand? Let's not kid ourselves. Ryan doesn't just do branding, he lives branding. From aviation gin to mid-mobile to that relatable dad Instagram persona, every single move is calculated. He's not casually posting memes while sipping gin, folks. He's running a marketing empire tighter than Blake's Oscar-worthy updos, and it shows. Watch closely during interviews. 1 minute he's cracking jokes, the next, he's steering the convo back to plug his next project without blinking. It's smooth, it's charming, but it's also strategic as hell, like watching a Marvel villain in a cashmere sweater. Now don't get it twisted. We're not calling Ryan evil. He's just smart. Very smart. The kind of guy who'll joke about his own abs just to make sure you don't notice how hard he works to sculpt them. But there's something about the whole act lately that feels forced. Like he's trying way too hard to be everyone's favorite celebrity. And poor Blake, if you've ever caught her body language when Ryan hogs the mic during joint interviews, you've seen it. That tight clenched jaw. That I'm smiling but internally screaming look. That 1,000-yard stare while Ryan delivers joke 87 about how she puts up with him. Classic power couple PR. But was it always the plan? Or did Blake get roped into being the silent co-star in the Ryan Reynolds show? Because here's the gag. Blake knows exactly what's happening. She's no rookie. She's been a Hollywood player far too long not to spot a PR move when it's happening in her own living room. And sources close to her, they're whispering that she's not thrilled. It's giving, I thought this was a partnership, not the Ryan Reynolds one-man circus. Meanwhile, Ryan out here calling himself a storyteller like he's writing a Shakespearean tragedy. And guess what? Blake finally got a mic too. But her raw emotion, her silence said way more than Ryan's tight 5-minute comedy set ever could. Because let's be real, this whole mess, it's not new. It's Hollywood's oldest story. Man cracks jokes, woman becomes the punchline. Blake is just the latest starlet chewed up by the industry's beauty standards machine. Demi Moore, Khloe Kardashian. Now Blake Lively's face gets dissected after one bad interview. Because heaven forbid, a woman looked tired, emotional, or human. Meanwhile, Ryan is praised for aging like fine wine. Double standard? Please. It's practically a religion in Hollywood. And don't even get me started on the pressure Blake's under. Married to Mr. Perfect, expected to be witty, flawless, supportive, beautiful, all while dodging TMZ and raising 4 kids. Meanwhile, Ryan can roast her on stage and still get handed a Man of the Year trophy. Make it make sense. Because here's the ugly truth. In Hollywood, silence is its own scandal. Blake skips one selfie. Cue the headlines. Is Blake okay? Ryan shades her live on stage. Cue the applause. OMG, he's so relatable. Seriously. And you know what's really shady? Every time Blake goes quiet, her follower count spikes right when the drama peaks. Coincidence? Not a chance. This isn't just, oops, I forgot to post. This is engineered PR And if you think Blake isn't savvy about that, baby, think again. She's seen the Kardashian playbook. She knows how the social media game works. She's not just juggling motherhood and movie roles. She's fighting to stay relevant in an industry that devours women alive. Late last night, Justin Baldoni's team even filed an amended complaint against Blake, Ryan, and the New York Times. Baby, the lawsuits are coming in hot. And the real tea? Is this all just a setup? Are they working the drama for their next Netflix docuseries, Blake and Ryan, The Untold Truth? Honestly, at this point, nothing would shock me. Because this whole thing has PR stunt written all over it. It's giving, leak the drama, disappear, come back with a shiny new project, collect awards. And if that's the plan, well played, Reynolds' lively PR team, well played. But here's the real $1 million question. Is it love, or is it just the most glamorous business deal Hollywood's ever seen? Because from the outside, Ryan's the charming jester who likes the fashion goddess. Together, they're a red carpet fever dream. The witty banter, the matching Gucci fits, the couple goals Instagram posts. But behind closed doors, is it all just smoke and mirrors? Because real talk, Hollywood loves a good arrangement. Pretty faces, polished brands, carefully orchestrated relationships that look perfect on paper. And Ryan and Blake, they fit that mold a little too well. Perfect balance. He cracks jokes, she slays red carpets, everyone swoons. But if there's one thing we've learned about Hollywood, it's that perfect is almost always fake. And the more you look at Blake lately, the tighter smiles, the disappearing acts, the suspiciously timed social media blackouts, the more you start to wonder, is this really a love story or just the most glamorous contract negotiation the world's ever seen? Because baby, behind every stage candid, every choreographed red carpet kiss, there's a whole business empire quietly ticking in the background.